All right. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I have five AI. You see, that's why that's Audrey's phone. Audrey, somebody is wearing it. Let me ask you to, if you're not ready to use your video, you can turn it off because it's recorded and everyone will see the towel and the guy who's running around. Okay. So, this is one of the reasons why AI is taking over the world because they are more reliable than humans. So all the AIs joined very quickly. All the AIs joined very quickly, but we are still waiting for the humans. So let's push the humans a little more. Say machines are more reliable than humans, but we're trying to change that. Otherwise, the machines will take over. Okay. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I think my sound went off briefly. If you can hear me, please say yes. Maybe it's me that can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, I think I should be able to hear you.
Yes, can hear you, sir.
Audrey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think it's me. Right, this is much better. So I hope you had a good day. Please tell me how your day was in the chat. Tell me how your day was. Let's use this 5 minutes to do a little bit of connecting. How was your day? I know the AIs can't tell me how their day was, so I'm hoping the humans can. Elizabeth, Elvis, Audrey, let's let's pull the people in as we yes, people are laughing at my AI. AI is they're taking over the world. Even attending meetings, they come first. But hopefully others will join in. But one of the things to try to push here is to make sure that we are timely so that we set that tone. It's very important we set the tone of timeliness in all that we do because it's part of your brand image. It's a lesson and it's a practice. All right, so today we're going to have an agenda. I'm just going to share my screen so we show ourselves what we are going to walk through. Slideshow from beginning. Walk through. First of all, I'm waiting for us to tell us how the day was, how the week was, how your experience with the strategy club has been. I know it's basically Audrey and Mercy that are here. And Mercy, I guess is that Kwame, Kojo, or both? Please let me know who is in the call. Kwame, Kojo, or both? I thought I saw Mercy enter, yeah? When you want to speak, you will have to unmute so that we can hear you. Okay. You have to unmute so that we can hear you. Yes, I see Kojo, right? Kojo, I see. How are you? My week has been good, although a bit rough. Yeah, I can imagine. So much going on. Day has been good, long day in church. Sorry, we had to have a Sunday meeting. See, our business is weekend oriented because it's more a side hustle that we are brewing. All right, can everyone see my screen? Can you see my screen? Please let me know you can see my screen. Yeah, it's screen. Yeah, it's screen, and I'm going to reduce it and do this. Please affirm you can see my screen. Yes, Mighty Uche has joined us. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth, for confirming. Thank you, Elvis. Much appreciated. Hi, 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 hi. Thank you, Mercy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm just going to, yes, I'm just confirming this is recording. Yeah, so we're recording this. Sarah is joining us. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to move forward to what we're going to cover today. Yes, Mercy, thank you. We're going to cover, we're going to start with an icebreaker. We're going to then talk about what we do at Kenneth Igiri LLC, what I do and what I do with the support of Elizabeth, Elvis, and every other person who tends to help me deliver on this vision. Thank you, Gift, for joining. Sarah, I recognize you. Yeah, Master Uche is here too, so forth. So if there are others that are still dragging their feet, please help them to get into the call. And be conscious of your video. If your video is on, just be conscious. If you don't want it to be on, you can always turn it off, but mine will be on. All right, so we're going to go through an icebreaker for about maybe 5 minutes just to manage the time. Then I'll give you a quick glimpse of the company. Then I will talk about the strategy course, which is one of the main courses you see when you land on tscafrica.com. Then I will talk about a case study about a company that does Christ-centered events and how the strategy course applies to that organization. And then maybe at the end, you tell me which organization you think it is. Then we'll talk about the Diaspora Fund updates. And we'll focus a lot on the templates we're going to be using to submit our applications. Wow, I'm honored and privileged to have can join us. Zoe Obase is also joining us. Great to have you here. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so so let's move on. We're going to have the Q&A, but before that, I want to give you the privilege of introducing yourself, the privilege, the opportunity. And remember, if you've been with us long enough, you'll remember that this is an opportunity to sell. This is your pitch. This is your pitch, your 30-second pitch. And this opportunity for others who are on the call who have never met you before to know who you are, what you do, why you do it, and why we should connect with you. And in the past, we have seen some people do excellent work that we featured on our platforms with respect to introducing themselves effectively. So let me turn over to Elizabeth. If you want to do video, you're very welcome, but that's fine if you cannot. So let me turn over to, let's start with Elizabeth and Elvis so that we set the tone right. Elizabeth, go ahead. Please introduce yourself for the audience. Go ahead.
Okay, let me turn on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if you can see me. Okay, hello everyone. Great to be here again. My name is Elizabeth Boatin. I'm the Customer Relations Executive here at Kabila, the Strategy Community. I'm a virtual assistant. I specialize in digital marketing, customer support, and community management. With a background in education and over 5 years of experience in customer relations, I'm passionate about building meaningful connections and driving impactful solutions. As a strategy enthusiast myself, I'm excited to collaborate with this community to inspire innovative and support the growth of businesses globally. I look forward to learning from you all and contributing to Kabila's mission of transformative strategy development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. We have to, we're going to write a book with your introduction, but that's fine. So Elvis, please share your introduction. Ready? If you're muted, we're not hearing you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elvis Boateng. I'm super excited to be here. So what do I do? So when it comes to operations, right, I call myself the operational specialist, right, because I have years of experience, right, when you need someone to get things done, whether in an office space. So it's not just operations, but also facility management, like the handling administration, making sure that the operations and strategies are well translated to what makes an office run, right? So that's that. I also have like certification in business analysis. So if you have a business and you're wondering why you're not able to get as many customers as you should, more or less like you need a business doctor, right? It is part of what I do. I come to the table to do analysis of, okay, what you could do better, for your business to scale. That's under the business analysis part. Now, when it comes to Kabila, when it comes to this community, I'm working with Mr. Kenneth, right? To drive impact, and more specifically, initially we were having on the Unity Africa talk show, and where we tell ourselves as Africans that if you look at our history, right, you could tell that we have what it takes, right, to go into entrepreneurship and to actually compete on a global scale, and more recently, what we are working on is the Diaspora Fund, which some of I believe that all of us are aware of, and I'm sure that we are still going to talk more about. So essentially, Mr. Kenneth, believes that we as Africans, like we have what it takes to do business and to scale, and to further prove that he believes it, he decided that, okay, let's come up with this initiative, and not just talk about it, but also help people to bootstrap. The key word is bootstrapping, right? So how can we help people, with little money so that they can actualize their dreams, and tell their story, right? And so this is where I also come in, working with Mr. Kenneth to make your dream come true as an entrepreneur, right? So yeah, I think that should be it. I think that should be it.
Thank you very much. So thank you, Elvis, for that detail, and for I think you almost introduced me as well. So everybody else, you have 30 seconds to do it. Who wants to go first? We're going to do that very quickly. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's go to Uche. Are you ready? As I'm seeing you on the screen. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Uche Epu. To the Kabila community, I'm a friend, a mentor, financial mentor, and I'm interested in entrepreneurial growth. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I've been in the financial industry for 28 years, and I'm here to lend my voice for you to get things, to get there faster, by way of managing your finance, doing your things right, and helping you scale up. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Glad to have you here. I call him Mighty Uche. If you see him in person, you know why I call him Mighty Uche. All right, Audrey? 30 seconds. Is Audrey ready?
Okay. Yes, I am ready. Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Audrey Lamte. I'm an entrepreneur with a passion for health, wellness, and creativity. I run two businesses, Dre's Nutrients, which we specialize in natural health foods like granola and wellness food, and Dre's Treasures, a gift company that specializes in creating thoughtful, personalized gifts, and also into floristry. We have floral services, natural flowers, or artificial. Beyond entrepreneurship, I'm also deeply involved in service work as the secretary of the Accra Golden Lions Club, where I've been active for 2 years. In this role, I've led initiatives to promote awareness about diabetes, women's health, and other impactful causes. With a background in content creation, public speaking and event hosting. I am able to communicate effectively and bring ideas to life. Whether it's through engaging audiences or creating meaningful experiences for my clients and community. I'm excited to be here today, connected with like-minded individuals and share ideas that make a difference. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Audrey. So I'll talk about pitch when we finish introducing ourselves. But again, let's do 30 seconds. I see Vivian. Are you ready? If Vivian is ready, she's the next on my screen. Are you ready to quickly introduce yourself? No, you're on the road. After
Hello?
Vivian, I see. Okay,
Can I
Zoe,
go, please?
go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, quickly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, Kabila. Good evening, Coach Ken. Good evening, Africa. I am Zoe Octavia Obaze, master of the microphone and the pen. When you organize a wedding ceremony and you bring together the people who mean the world to you, from family to friends to colleagues and neighbors, when you allow your children have a moment of excitement in kiddies events, and you need somebody intentional to compare that event. If you're a Christian and you want to have a social event but need some sanity and level-headedness as well as fun and creativity. And if, yes, you are a Christian, but you're in the corporate space and you must have someone who represents your values in corporate events. I am the master of ceremony. I can bring my microphone and create memories for you, like I've been doing for over 7 years. Also with my microphone, I am carrying out a crusade around Africa, calling on young African mothers to raise our children intentionally so that they can be the future African leaders. And that is the Aral Show on Digits 1024 Radio. Equally with my pen, I am saying that to allow our children be all that they are to be, the first step is for them to have a well-documented document from their mother that says, this is how you were born. This is the story of your life. And that is Journal My Journey to Motherhood. So in summary, I am Zoe Octavia Obaze. I have a microphone and a pen, and I am eager to be of service to Africa. And to you in particular, just let me know. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Zoe. Classic. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. Let's have, if Vivian is ready, please go ahead quickly. If not, I see IJ, I see Igiri. Who is ready? Just unmute and proceed. I see Igiri, I see Grace Tofumi. Are you here? We need to wrap up that intro in the next 1 minute. All right. So if you're unable to, happy to have you drop in the chat your intro. But let me say a few things about the pitch intro that we try to promote. Always keep it short. If you can keep it with one product or one service that you deliver, it makes a lot of sense. It's better for people to ask you, I'd like to talk to you later. I'd like to talk to you more about what you do, rather than I'm bored about your intro. And it comes from the philosophy that a pitch is something you're able to deliver between the ground floor and maybe the 8th floor of an elevator, of a building, to an executive who is very, very busy, who just needs to hear the high points and be able to come back to you and say, yes, I want to meet with you. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. All good? All right. So let's proceed. If you've not introduced yourself, we will have 1 or 2 other junctures where you can do that. If you've not, but we need to just push for time. And then you have to be really ready when we open up that. So let's pay attention. All right. So I'm going to switch over to a quick poll. I'm going to do a quick poll. Yeah. And I want you to just answer very quickly, as fast as you can. Each question about 30 seconds. And if you don't know the answer, guess, and then we can use it to learn. The questions are from our platform. And for everyone who has joined the platform, you will know the answers. If you don't know the answers, you need to join, or you need to basically learn more from us. All right. So if you in the next few seconds, I'll end the poll. So I want to appreciate if you can quickly answer that. Can you see the poll right now? Let me know, confirm to me. Elizabeth, please confirm.
Yes, please. Can see the
All right,
poll.
go ahead. So answer quickly, 30 seconds each question, as much as you can. There are 5 questions, and I'm waiting for the first responder. If you don't know the answer, guess. I don't expect everyone to know the answers, but if you've been on the platform and you've been active, you will know the answers. Okay, I'm still looking at this. We've done over a minute. Are you still thinking? Elizabeth, can you see the poll? Okay, good. I think I'm getting answers now. I'll give you another 2 minutes. Good one. I see some of the guesses. I see some of the guesses, good guesses, but come close. All right. 30 more seconds. Just try your hands on it. Try your hands on it. 30 more seconds and I'll end it. And while that is happening, if there are about 100 of us on the chat, on the WhatsApp. It's important that other people join. This is a very important meeting because of some of the things we're going to share with respect to the Diaspora Fund, as well as the open floor for questions regarding what we've been doing on the platform. All right, I have 5 people who have answered, who have participated, about 41%. Please participate. Don't count yourself out as I end it in the next 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right. Okay, share results. Okay, can you see the answers now? Can everyone see the answers? Confirm with the thumbs up, a chat confirmation, and so forth. 6:30. Oh, you must leave. Someone, Zoe must leave. Okay, my apologies. All right. Okay, great. All right. So, can you see the answers? I need a response. Elvis, Elizabeth, just confirm for me. Yes, Kojo can see the answers. Yetunde can't see the answers. I don't know why. Can anybody else not see the answers? If you
I can't see
can't,
the answers.
you can't. Okay, but could you see could you able to see the answers when I said share? Okay, let's look at the poll again. Okay. Show correct answers to all. Yep. Can you see them now? So number 1 says, what is the first lesson in the strategy course? The answer is, what is strategy? So well done, right? For those who got it. So if you've been on a platform, it's straightforward answer to the question. The second question is, which organization was used Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth, for that. Which organization was used to as the key case study? That's Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines. I'll talk about them a bit more before we close. And then the third question is, which of these is not part of the strategic choice cascade, right? The answer is, who do you want to play with? Incidentally, nobody seemed to have gotten that. The question is, which of these is not part of the strategy choice cascade? So the cascade is from Roger Martin, and it starts with, what is your winning aspiration? Which means, what do you really want to accomplish? What is your vision, mission, goals, right? It starts with that before you ask yourself, where do you want to play? How do you want to win? What are the management mechanisms you want to put in place? And how do you know you're going to you're winning? If I'm not mistaken. Number 4 says, what is the purpose of Village Square? I have an interesting answer here about learning more about Kenneth Igiri's personal life. That's absolutely no answer. The answer is a space where members can share thoughts, learn together, and contribute, collaborate. So the reason why we have a learning platform as a community is that it's not just a course that you consume. It is a course that you consume and then give you the opportunity to reflect on what you're learning, to share with others what you're learning, and then also learn from others. So that it's not just Kenneth pushing things to you or us pushing things to you, but everybody in the community being able to learn from each other. So the Village Square is for you to share as you learn. What is the purpose of the marketplace? A place where members can publish their products and services. That is the correct answer. Who can still not see the answers? Who still can't see the answers, if I may say so? So we're good, everyone. All right.
I can see.
Great. Thank you so much. For some reasons, we still not see. So I think Elizabeth gave a little bit of guidance. I'll do a stop sharing and I'll share again so that everybody can see. Elizabeth gave a quick guidance on how to look at it. Yeah. Thank you, Yetunde. Yetunde got 3 out of 5. Congratulations. Maybe some others want to share their results. That'll be fun. But while that is happening, I'm going to move forward to the next item. And the whole point of this Q&A to start with is to give us a glimpse into what we are about on the Strategy Club. And I wanted to let you know that the Strategy Club, that what we've just seen today, what we've just seen now, is just at the very basic level, right? It's at the very basic level. I hope you can still see my screen. This is a very basic level. We have a lot of other layers, and I'll let Elizabeth also talk a little bit about the levels later on in the session. All we've asked you today is just at the basic level. There are other levels that we're looking at, we're building out. STSB, great, thank you, Zoe. Simple technology for small business, the interactive ideation session, which has all sorts of spaces, right? And then the platform for the space for information technology professionals. And I was really impressed that somebody like let me look at that, going to leadership, self-leadership. Was it self-leadership? Somebody like her name is not this one, going to leadership. On one of the lessons, she was really able to interact, and I appreciated the interaction when she talked about how useful the platform, yeah, Deborah, how useful the platform was for her. And this is what we want to do. This is what we want to promote. We want you to interact. We want you to ask questions on the platform. We know that we can't have everyone doing one-on-one all the time, right? Because our schedules are not all very smoothly aligned. So when you interact with the course and you're able to ask questions, give your feedback, other people learn from it. We learn from it and improve the course, and we respond to you. So that's very important that we're able to interact that way. That's why the platform is interactive. That's why the platform is a community, not just a course. It's a community, not just a course. So that's very important to know that. And we try to cater for at least three kinds of people. Three kinds of people, whom we call emerging entrepreneurs. Those who are running businesses, by themselves, offline or online. Those who are growing their careers, and those who are doing things related to any kind of impact, including non-profits. So we want you to really take advantage of this platform, ask the questions. The focus is strategy, and you will find out that you can apply strategy in a broad range of things in life. All right, good. I will not spend too much time on that marketing, right? If you're just joining us, we've just done a quick poll quiz. We're still going to have our open Q&A, but we just take it one step at a time as we go ahead. We'll also give opportunity for you to introduce yourself using the pitch format in 30 seconds, if you can. Now, I thought it would be an opportunity for me to run through this. Are we still together? Please give me a thumbs up. Tell me yes in the chat. I just want to know you're following me. Oh, thank you, Peter. Good to see you. Thank you. Impressive. Yeah. So the first thing I want to share with you, if you're with me, is why am I doing this as a person? And these are my 5 whys. And I'll just touch on 1 or 2 of them because of time. First of all, I believe that I will talk about financial freedom and I'll talk about transcendence. I believe that it is impossible for anyone. How do I put it? I believe that it is for us to necessarily come out of a certain limit in terms of, financial power, right? We must find a way to create mechanisms to earn money that is not limited by anyone else, in terms of that's only limited by what we have capacity to do. When you work for someone, your salary is limited. You negotiate it at the beginning of the contract. Every month you get the same thing. Whether you do more work or less work, it's the same. But when you do business, when you get out in the venture, when you do a side hustle, what you're doing is expanding your capacity to earn by limiting your earning only based on what you can become. So we want to help people to become something more. And that's what we call bootstrapping, because we also have the philosophy that not everyone will get external funding. Not everyone will get external funding from a nonprofit or a development organization or an investor. People must prove themselves and grow. So our focus is bootstrapping. Our focus is strategy. How do you position yourself to get the best possible advantage without excessive reliance on external mechanisms? This is English I just spoke. They didn't make a lot of sense. It makes some sense. Respect to financial freedom. Please tell me in the chat or give me a thumbs up. I want to be sure that I'm communicating. We're together. With you, sir. Stanley says it's with me. Great. Thank you. Then the other aspect is, it makes sense, Kuju says, transcendence. What am I going to hand over to not just my children, to my society? Those of us who are Christians, many times we say that seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all other things can be added on to you. And all these things, not all other things actually, all these things will be added on to you. Sometimes we say vanity of vanities, all is vanity, and so forth. But one of the things about entrepreneurship is transcendence. What that means is that beyond, right? Beyond myself, beyond, oh, I want to feed my family. I want to be able to leave something for those who are coming after me to leverage on, to go forward. Imagine if your father had left you $1 million in assets, where you would be starting from, because all of us are limited by time. That's what another core thing we push in the strategy club. Time is the most valuable resource in the universe. So we're limited by time. We are 40, 50, 60, 70, maybe 80. Our time is up. There's a limit to what we can do. depending on where we started from. So we push people, start where you are, and understand that, think beyond where you are, the big picture. The more people we have with financial freedom, economic power, the more people we have that can challenge government. So you're still challenging government from your kitchen, complaining about what Tinubu is not doing, about what Akufo-Addo is not doing, about what Ruto is not doing. All that makes no impact if you don't have a voice. And in many cases, a voice is when you have grown beyond the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Who knows what I'm talking about? Who understands what I'm talking about? So beyond just complaining, what am I going to do in my space to make a difference in my space, to affect what I can impact, to face my reality and push forward? So those are some of the things that push me. And in pushing me, they have pushed me to do something interesting. I keep telling people that my mom told me not to do business because I'm too nice, right? That's why the strategy club is very cheap, $2 every month, right? I'm too nice. But I can use my experience in industry, right? Thank you so much. Beyond Clothing and Shelter. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you, Ito. That I can use my expertise from industry to help those who are in the trenches of entrepreneurship. And we also expanded it to say beyond just entrepreneurship as we know it, even as a career professional, where I have proved the theories of strategy, you can position yourself and advance very quickly in the cadre, depending on what you're looking for. Some people are looking for just knowledge, some people are looking for more money. So it depends on what you're looking for. But the point is, the techniques are applicable in the career growth, they're also applicable in business. Okay, so I'm using my experience in industry to support those who are in the core entrepreneurship, bootstrapping, to help them to grow, to help them to use these techniques that I'm learning from a book or from books, from courses, and from less than, schools, to see how we can apply it to their own scenarios. I hope that makes sense. If you're not speaking, please mute. I'm going to have to mute some people. If you need to interject, please let me know. I can either you use the chat or I can call you up so that I'm not just talking at you. But I'm still trying to sell you the point. What we're doing here. The third thing I would like to show before I close out this section is the connections. So I am Kenneth Igiri. You already probably know that. We are Kabila community. So this is the requirement for advancement. Relationships are powerful for advancement because there are certain things I can't teach you just by teaching. You have to do by watching or by seeing how I do them, right? And the same with any other form of transfer of knowledge, whether it's a discipleship in Christianity or mentoring or even coaching or any system that has to do with someone taking over from another. Simply delivering lectures doesn't cut it. So we have to form a relationship. We have to, after teaching you the theory, we have to have interactions that answer your questions in your context. So that's the purpose of a platform. That's the purpose of one-on-ones. That's the purpose of our monthly Q&As. Bring a question that is relevant to your context and that has a foundation on the theory. Because what we're doing on the platform is a lot of theory, right? But we can be contextualized, right? Can be contextualized. You can ask questions based on that. And I want to finally show you this and see there. I want you to look at the bottom left side, right? And say these 5 key phrases in our mission and vision. Bootstrapping. So if you have a lot of money already, you're fine. You can help us help others, but we're focused on those who are trying to bootstrap, right? And we're focused on emerging entrepreneurs. So you see that on Unity Africa, we focus on people who are still coming up. We could go and look for the Bill Gates, the Aliko Dangotes, and book maybe 1 year in advance for them to come on our platform so that we can get an audience. So, but what we're doing is not just content creation. We're creating visibility for those who are still growing. So it's not just content creation, right? So emerging entrepreneurs are like, you're still at the very early stages of growth, and you want to collaboratively push your agenda together. Strategy is focused because that's my area of knowledge. And I believe it's applicable to many areas of life. An integrated set of choices that places you in an advantaged position so that you can win, whatever you're defined as winning. We talk about strategy tools, we talk about techniques. All this we teach on the platform. We've tried to teach them through other ways, whether through monthly Zoom meetings, the interactive ideation session, and so forth. But now we've built a platform, tscafrica.com. I'm going to pause sharing, and I'm going to ask you for one or two quick responses while I even look at my agenda to make sure I'm aligned. One or two quick responses, right, or questions around this model, right? And then I will try to talk about the, let me see, what view can I use? I'll try to talk about the, essentially the strategy course and how it applies in a particular area so that you get the point, right, of that course, right? Okay, any responses, any feedback, any questions of what I've just said already? Does it make sense for everyone? Can I see a thumbs up? Is it feasible? Am I imagining something, excessive? All right. Thank you for that feedback. Now I'm going to call Elizabeth to take the next 2-3 minutes to talk about the 4 levels on the strategy platform, TSC Africa, because the reason I didn't tell her she was going to come up, but I know she bounced it off me before this call, so I know she's comfortable talking about it. So Elizabeth, please just talk about that for a few minutes. For 2-3 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, hello everyone once more. Okay, so in the strategy club, that's Kabila, the strategy community rather, we offer different membership levels, and these levels are tailored to help you succeed. Number 1 is our free membership, which is the WhatsApp platform. A lot of us are from the WhatsApp platform, and that is our free membership where we have basic interactions, insights within the community. We have social engagements, or advertisements just on that platform. So we also have what we call the basic membership, which is the first level of the digital platform. You've been hearing tscafrica.com, tscafrica.com. That is the first membership, the basic membership. There you have the opportunity to learn the rudiments of strategy that can be applied in your life, in your career, in your business. We also have opportunities to access structured resources, networking opportunities, and as you can see, there are a lot of insights on the platform. Sir Kenneth has opened up the platform, so you can see so many goodies right there for you that can help you succeed in your business. And that's the first level, and that costs just $2. That costs just $2. So the next, we have the advanced access focused on business. Now for this, you have access to exclusive sessions like simple technology for small business, interactive ideation session, and more. And that's for that advanced access, you get to pay $15. And then we have the advanced access for career professionals. Now here, you also have the flagship interactive ideation session, STSB, career growth principles, which are applicable to your context as a career professional. Now, I want you to know that as a career professional in the strategy community, this advanced membership also gives you access to uncommon professional insights and experience here, spanning up to 2 decades in the information technology industry. So I know that you are all aware that Coach K is well grounded in IT. So here you have the opportunity to have everything about Coach K, like he's pouring himself into you, and that goes for just $25. And lastly, we have the premium membership. That's if you want to go a step further, right? And these are for impact maker. You know that this 2025, you want to have great impact, right? Here you go for premium membership, and it also gives you access to unparalleled simple technology for small business, expanded additional interactive ideation session, which is the IIS we'll be talking about, right? And it's a safe space. And then you just pick a time, and then Mr. K will just keep coaching you and taking you to the next level. Also, you can also launch your ebook on Amazon. So it's like Coach K will be holding your hands, and he'll be taking you from where you are to where you want to be in your career, in your business, in your life. And for this premium, you can start today for just $30 a month. So here we have free, we have basic membership, we have advanced membership, business focused, advanced membership, career focused, and then we have the premium membership. So you can see that the lowest is $2. So imagine paying $2 per month to take your business or your career to the next level. Come on. Which better place do you want to be than joining us at tscafrica.com? And you can always talk to me. We can always have an arrangement to see how that you can be a part of this wonderful platform. Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much. All right. That's a good sell. I don't sell that well because I'm not I told you, my mom said I shouldn't do business. Too nice. Only $2. It's not right. All right, so I'm going to give you an opportunity for those who did not introduce themselves to also introduce themselves before I go into a little bit of the practical application of what we've been studying in the study course. I'll take questions before I talk about the Diaspora Fund, and then we close out. Any questions on what we've just said? If there is, just hang in there. You also ask questions at this level. So let me give opportunity to those who did not introduce themselves to do so. Yetunde, I don't think you did. I see Yetunde, Daisy, I think Grace, and Peter as well. Archibald is here as well. If you'd like to introduce yourself, please unmute and do so in 30 seconds.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Yetunde Macaulay, based in Nigeria. I run MVC Communications Limited and My Dream Connect. Our focus is basically on, so for MVC Communications is a tech company helping businesses transform their information, digitalize their information rather, and then advertising what they have via web designing, system, creating management systems for them, learning management system, environmental management system, whatever it is. And yeah, helping them out with some digital marketing. And at My Dream Connect, we're interested in supporting the development of youth, teens, and women, ensuring that they have access to in-demand tech skills that can help them thrive in this digital economy. I think I want to stop there by training. I'm an administrator, and I'm interested in generally, I say I'm an development. I call myself a development enthusiast. Anything that brings about development, I always love to be part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yetunde. Much appreciated. Peter, are you ready? 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Okay, if Peter is not ready, I see Daisy. I saw Daisy as well. You can unmute.
Hi, good evening. My name is Daisy Anomensa, and I'm a small business owner. I make and sell Tom Brown. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Perfect. In fact, we have to give you the award for today. That's brilliant introduction, straightforward, straight to the point, and we can remember you, right? All right, so let's go over to Grace Tofumi. Are you ready? If not, I can go ahead. All right, thank you so much, everyone. So I'm going to go into the Diaspora Fund handbook. I've just put a link there. I'll be happy if you are able to, if you've not read it up till now or glanced through it, please do. That's part of what we're going to look at today. If you've not read it, please do. We're going to look at some of the elements of it. But I'm also going to go through the templates for submission, and I'll talk about it. I also asked Elvis to talk about it briefly before we go ahead. But first of all, let's go back to the platform. Some of us who have taken the strategy club, the strategy course, will ask us, what is this all about? And I'll give you a very straightforward example. I'll give you a very straightforward example with a case study of one of us. Let's say if it's a Christ-centered events management, events what compare business. Okay. Analogies, let me see. Yeah. So this is secondary. Sorry, I want to give, this is where we start, the Southwest Airlines. Now, I hope you can see my screen. Please let me know. Oh, okay. Grace, please go ahead. Unmute and speak. Let me give you the opportunity. Yeah.
Hi, good evening, Dr. Kenneth. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tofumi Adewale. I work 9 to 5. I'm a banker, but at the same time, I teach French online and also deal in natural hair products. Thank you.
Awesome. That's second prize after Daisy. Please, Elizabeth, take notes. Daisy, Grace, first prize and second prize. Archibald is ready. You can speak, please. I appreciate your being here. That was one of our powerful writers.
All right. Good evening. My name is Archibald Colley, based in Ghana. So I work with eProcess International. I'm an author and a youth advocate. I'm also the administrative manager of My Help Your Help Foundation. Thank you.
Third prize, please. You're definitely receiving rewards, right? For that succinct, straightforward, touch on the key things. And then somebody asks, okay, please tell me more about My Help Your Help Foundation. All right. So you can see my screen, everyone, right? Elizabeth, please confirm for me. Confirm? Anyone confirm? Yes, okay, great. So I want to say, sometimes I watch you guys. I watch what you're doing online, if you're active. I watch how you do your chat, right, on the WhatsApp group. Once in a while, I make an order and I observe how it is fulfilled. I've made orders from a few of us here, including Brago, I think I've made orders from Daisy as well, etc. And I try to watch how do you do it. I've attended 1 or 2 events as well. And every time I do that, I have insights. Sometimes I call you to share the insights, but you see, I can't do that continuously one by one. So the purpose of this Q&A is sometimes to give that insight in a general forum, and then you pick what is yours. So I want you to pay attention to this. One of us has a business that is focused on Christ-centered events. And there's she makes a lot of excellent, adverts on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and talks about what she does. One of the things that came across to me with those insights is something I'm going to try to link to this course, right? If you've done this course, you discover that we started with the question, what is strategy? And we used a company called Southwest Airlines, which is 1 out of 135 in the United States. So the first thing that communicates to you is that there is a lot of competition. So if you're like Daisy selling granola, Daisy is aware that there's a lot of competition. If you're like Yetunde and Archibald doing non-profit, there's also a lot of competition. And competition in their context is that they are trying to get the attention of funders in many cases. And there are so many people doing the same thing. If you're a banker like Grace, or you work for someone, there's competition out there. If you want to get another job right now, there's competition. People are trying to get the same thing you're getting. So this is how you are like Southwest Airlines. 135 Airlines. Southwest comes out and says, I want to be an airline. Now, Southwest says, but today, Southwest has become one of the big four that takes up 74% of the US airline seats as at the time this course was prepared. One of the big what? Four. Out of how many? Are you paying attention? You can type it, you can unmute and say and speak. I want you to be engaged. One of the big four out of how many? 135. One of the big four with 74% of airline seats. Now, what do you have in common with Southwest Airlines? One, you are facing competition. Two, you are small. Southwest Airlines was small, and they even actually chose to remain small, right? They chose to remain small. They made you key choices. They said, look, in order for us to compete, we don't want to go headlong competing with the big airlines like Delta Airlines and so forth, and start doing what they are already doing. We want to come out, this you can see a video, please be aware of that. We have to come out and do something different. So we're going to decide to do point to point rather than hub and spoke, which was the popular approach. So you ask yourself, in your industry, how can I do something different from what other people are doing? What is different in business, and how can I do it different? They made at least three choices. Point to point, one type of aircraft. What does that do for them? It makes sure that they can do maintenance easily because they specialize in one thing. And that's one of the things I keep talking about. If you're small, you have few staff, why don't you prove yourself in one thing? Then you begin to expand. Then you begin to extend your tentacles, right? And it shows up sometimes even in the way you do your pitch. I do 1, 2, 3, but you find out that your energy is being sapped and you're not getting to the peak of one or two of those elements. 3, we will do short trips with no meals and no travel agents. So you see, their choices are integrated. When you say the choices are integrated, it means that they make sense together. So you see, short trips make sense with point to point, Accra to Lagos, Lagos to Abuja, Abuja to Port Harcourt, etc. It also makes sense that if you're doing a short trip, the people who are on that trip are not interested in eating a big meal, right? So it cuts down the costs. It also makes sense that if you're doing a short trip, there's no value in having a travel agent because there's what commission are you going to give the travel agent, right? When you are basically, trying to sell through them, there's no point. Why don't you just sell by yourself? So they made this set of choices. They are together, integrated set of choices. And the point is, why don't you make your own choices as a small business that fits your reality and that allows you to compete in a market that is turgid with competition? Now, what are the possible choices that the Christ-centered company can make? Number one, if I say to the public on LinkedIn that I am a PA or I'm a compere for Christ-centered events, one of the questions that will come up in the minds of the viewer is, what do you mean by Christ-centered? Who can put it in the chat? What do you think she means by Christ-centered? Who has an answer? What do you think she means by Christ-centered? Somebody try. If you are going to see that advert that says I'm an MC for Christ-centered events, what does it mean? No answer. We shouldn't be shy on this because it's not a very difficult question. Is it a difficult question? Is it unclear? Is the question unclear or is the answer unclear? Church things. There's a church things. Elvis says focusing on Christ or motivated by church events. Aha. So you see, thank you for the three answers. So the three answers indicate to me that it is possible that people don't understand what you mean by Christ-centered, right? So yeah, for Elvis is focusing on Christ. Then somebody who wants to, hire you as a compare will say, are you coming to preach at my child's birthday? I don't want somebody preaching at my child's birthday. Or I don't want somebody, trying to convert people. I'm going to have a broad audience, right? Church things from Yetunis may mean that, so that means that she does church events. That means it's for crusades, for this and that, So that can be the interpretation. So my response to that is one of the things you want to do in your area of business, because it's unique, because church Christ-centered events has not been defined. So you may want to begin to project what you mean by Christ-centered events so that the audience you're reaching out to, which is a global public audience on LinkedIn, is familiar with what you're saying, and they can now decide whether they want to associate with it or not. One of the ways you could do that is to have some kind of educational marketing that says, this is the reason why you have to be Christ-centered. It could be, yes, maybe ambiguous. It could be that we feel the values of our young people are being, diluted with the kind of music they are hearing. Now, many people want their children to grow up sane and orderly. They may not necessarily associate it with being a Christian, but they want sound values for their children. So that may be the way you position yourself as someone that says, I am being backed by my Christian faith. I want to project sound values in the context of your events so that whatever we do is devoid of maybe excessive nudeness, for example, or devoid of language, unnecessary language, or jokes that are not sound, or you just take time to define that range so that anybody, wow, this makes sense. So she's not talking about coming to preach at my events. So she's not talking about she only does church events. She's talking about values that are based on her Christian faith. And I think I like those values. I don't want my children using foul language. I don't want my children dancing to songs that have foul language in them. I don't want my children dressing unnecessarily provocatively. So by communicating where you have positioned yourself, the audience you're speaking to, which is a global audience that is not a Christian audience, begins to understand what you are communicating, and your positioning is a bit clearer. Right? Thank you for that, Yesime. All right. So essentially, the point is, how do I communicate the value to an audience that is not in my immediate sphere? So that's very important. And that's what the kind of part of the choices you want to make. How do I market? Who do I market to? Now, if I'm purely for those who are church people, then should I be marketing on LinkedIn? Or maybe I should focus on a Christian social media platform or Christian or in-person events that are Christian events. So that says the energy I'm putting into marketing, how do I make it more rewarding? By explaining my product or service in a way that the intended audience can interpret, or going to where my intended audience exists already and then pushing it. Now, I like the fact that she has also combined her work with emceeing with something called the RL show, which is African Mothers Raising African Leaders. That is a mechanism by which she can communicate the value of Christ-centeredness obviously, when you say Christ-centered, it could be an initial put-off for those who are, for those who are listening to you. And I want to say this: I am a Christian, very strong one. Everything I do is fundamentally based on Christianity. But as you can see, when we came to this meeting, I didn't pray. The reason I didn't pray is because I learned something from Pastor Yamada. He said, small government, big business, which means there is a place we pray. And then we come out here to express the effects, the power that is backing us from that place of prayer. I mean, you may or may not, that may or may not be your faith, but that's where we operate in terms of distinguishing my values as a Christian from my business while backing it up with my values as a Christian. So in essence, you could create a forum that says we want to drive good behavior among teenagers. And then you have a separate business that says we want to make money by attracting people to our MC business, which is still backed by our values, but I'm not trying to make people embrace my values. I'm trying to represent my values in the context of my MC. If you understood what I tried to say, please, can you respond maybe in the chat? Let me know what you think. Is my English complicated? Is everybody, can you hear me? Thumbs up. I can repeat myself from the beginning, and I know it will be boring, but I just want to be sure. Am I making sense? So the choice of, number one, who you're talking to, the choice of where they are and how you want to communicate to them, the choice of how you want to transmit that information, and even somebody selling honey. You have to tell people why they should move from from sugar to honey when honey is more expensive. Somebody selling, like Daisy selling granola. Chocolate is very sweet. You say I should buy granola, which is more expensive. What's the point? Educational marketing. The choice of communicating that value. Now, so where you are playing tells a lot as to how you want to win. Will being on LinkedIn help me win? If it will, how am I going to play on LinkedIn to an audience that does not accept my faith in order to win from a business perspective? Very important. Now, if I switch to Grace, who is a banker, and say, maybe Grace wants to earn higher. And there are other things I wanted to talk about, but let me be sure. Maybe Grace wants to earn higher. She's competing too, like Southwest Airlines. She's competing with thousands of others who are doing content creation on LinkedIn to attract jobs, right? What is she going to do? What choices is she going to make? The choices may include the groups she chooses to belong to. It may include the hashtags she's using. It may include the topics she engages in conversation, because you cannot talk about everything. Even the algorithms will be against you, right? So how do I position myself? What choices am I making? So you want to go through the choices that these guys made and how it influenced their success. They became top 4 out of 135. And sometimes you arrive at your choices by evaluating yourself. What can I do? Do I have the courage to be on social media? If I don't, social media is not my choice. How many people do I know? I was talking to Vivian yesterday about YouTube, her YouTube channel, and talked about the fact that some people come to YouTube from the industry, the movie industry, or from the, from doing news media, right? And all that. They are already popular. So the moment they land on YouTube, they have a big following. But we may not be like that. So we have to think about how the algorithms work. We have to make choices about what content to produce that connects with our audience. There are some people, whatever they talk about, they have a following, right? If Tony Ilumelu comes around today and says, I want to talk about my red tie, everybody like, comment, share, because he is Tony Ilumelu. But if I want to talk about my red cap, right? I have to really connect it with something that is of interest to the audience because I'm not as famous as he is. Make sense? So choices, set of choices based on your SWOT or your toes, strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. Then you want to reflect on it and ask yourself, who is playing in your sector? Competitors. Why are they succeeding? Competitor analysis. What is a gap that you can plug into? One of the ways I got my latest job was I plugged into enterprise architecture and I focused on it on LinkedIn. I didn't apply for the job, or it wasn't my application that got me the job. An agent called me from South Africa. He knows me from nowhere, but I positioned myself through my LinkedIn articles and posts. Basic, a place where people were ignoring, and it earns me money. So, who are the people playing your sector? Why are they succeeding? Where is the gap you can plug into? And sometimes we have to go into deeper conversations of your context to know this. And that's why we have the premium access. The premium access gives you access to the interactive ideation session, and you have a one-on-one call with me every week. Your one-on-one call with me every week so that we can tailor it to your scenario. All right, so I'm going to stop that because we're almost out of time, so we're going to dash straight into the Diaspora Fund. So any questions so far? So these are time I keep opening up for questions because it's a Q&A session. I know that many of you have not gone through the content, but if you have any open questions, you can take just 3. Just please ask that is related to strategy, related to strategy club, related to your business that we can help. So I'm going to give 1 minute for you to tell me if you have a question. You can put it in the chat, you can unmute. If not, we'll proceed with the Diaspora Fund. Countdown: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no questions. So if you still have one, you can still put it in the chat. If you remember one after now, you can put it on the WhatsApp group and we can see whether we can deal with it based on our magnanimity, right? Are we together? Are you still with me? Please type yes in the chat or give me a thumbs up. Are you still with me? Am I preaching to the choir or talking to the wall? Or am I communicating? Communicating? All right, before I go ahead, I know some people just joined. Brago joined, right? Who else joined? Who else joined? I think I saw Emmanuel. Emmanuel joined. Someone with Infinix. So please, if you'd like to introduce yourself, I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. Who would like to introduce yourself? Brago, Emmanuel, anybody else who has not introduced themselves? I see an Infinix. If not, I'm going to proceed. Can I proceed? Yeah, I can proceed. All right, so Elvis, let me call you up to just give us in 1 minute what the Diaspora Fund is about. Yes, Kelechi, great to see you. Thank you. Yes, thank you for joining. All right, Elvis, are you ready for us? What is the Diaspora Fund about?
Yeah. So good evening once again, everyone. So the Diaspora Fund basically is about making certain amounts of money available for emerging entrepreneurs, who are bootstrapping. The whole idea is to meet you in the center, so that we can help you to write your story and to create your story, right? And how we intend to go about it is through the pitch competition, right? So there's going to be a pitch competition which we've actually started publicizing, and we've also given a structure of how the pitch competition is going to be like. At the end of which, whoever emerges the winner will be given the 200,000 naira, right? So that you can actually put it into your business, right? And make success out of it. It's not just throwing the money out there, but also giving you the support that is needed to ensure that you make profits or make gains with the money that you are putting into your business. So essentially, that's what the Diaspora Fund is all about in a minute. Yeah.
That's powerful. If I had a fourth prize, I would have given it to you, but I don't have a fourth prize. I'm only three. So thank you for making that quick. And please, I'd like you to respond in the chat. But some of you will say, Kenneth, so it's because of 2,000 that I gathered us in this call, or because of 200,000. I know that some people like that says, oh, this money that we used to take lunch at Kempinski. Who knows Kempinski? But yes, we know it is a small start, but the idea is to help us to bootstrap. The idea is to help us to learn what it means to grow. If it's too small for you, it's okay. You can let others take advantage, and you basically support them, right? You can support them. You can let others take advantage and support them. But yes, like Elvis said, we are giving away 2,000 CDs or 200,000 naira every 2 months, starting in February. Now, the first, how do we give it out? We're going to give out to one person who wins the pitch competition. How do you participate in the pitch competition? You have to register. You have to apply the same way you apply for any other competition. You have to apply. And I'm going to share my screen once again for the application form. Can you see my screen? Can you see the application form? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up or a yes in the chat. Hey, no. Journey, there is a admit. Yes, the train can see it. Uche cannot see it. Has it come now? Uche. Yes, okay, yes, Archibald is up. Okay, Deborah, it's good to see you. You didn't introduce yourself. Great to see you. We use your chart as an example. Thank you for joining. All right, so what this is for is, and I want to recognize those in the photo. So please, Yetunde, please say hello to everyone. This is Yetunde, in case you've not seen her face. She's the one in the middle. Yetunde, please say hi. Hi with your voice. I'm looking at the chat. I saw the hi, but hi with your voice would be great.
Good evening.
Hi, okay, good. That's Yetunde Macaulay. Then I have Elvis here who just spoke to us. Elvis, once again, please say hi again.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, good. Then this is Mighty Uche. Like I said, when you see him, you know why I call him Mighty Uche. Uche Ipu, finance coach. He's been helping me a lot. I always remember a conversation we had about a certain land I wanted to buy back then. So he's very wise. So yeah, thank you, Deborah. I'll give you a voice. I'll give you time to talk as well. So that's Uche. Uche, please say hello with a voice.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, good to see you. And then Chisom, I don't think Chisom joined. Yeah, if she's here, let me know. All right, so these 5 people, including myself, are going to basically be the judges. And we are going to be judging you based on criteria like the idea you want to pitch, is it going to fit into this budget? Is this something that can be done? Do we think you can do it based on your history? Okay, I've seen that. Do we think you can do based on your history? And does it sound doable? So one of the things you want to do is to, if you want to participate, you fill this form. You fill this form, right? If you want to participate, that means you're doing business already and you want to do a new product, or you basically want to start something small. And some of the ideas we've talked about are maybe you have to fit it into that budget, or you have to tell us that you already have X amount of money and you want to add this to make it work. So maybe you want to do a sewing machine, maybe you want to do a POS, maybe you want to do something that it can fit into that budget. And you want to explain to us how you're going to do it to succeed. The reason that's important because every 2 months, we will tell you to come into the diaspora pitch competition and tell us how it's going, because you have to prove that you are actually using the money right. If you don't do that, we're going to blacklist you. Please, are you paying, everybody paying attention? Thumbs up, yes, are we together? Yeah? So first of all, you have to apply. There are a few questions here around who you are, what you want to do, how long you've been a member. We expect you to have been a member of Kabila for some time. Somebody has to vouch for you and say, yes, this person didn't just pump in to collect our money and go away. No, it's been around for some time, right? And then a way to summarize your idea and 2 documents you're going to upload. And I'm going to show you those 2 documents because they describe the business. And then you submit. We look at it and then we tell you to come and tell everybody what you want to do. The page is basically telling everybody what you want to do. Then we, by voting and by judgment, we select a winner. During that diaspora page competition, we will also give out prizes like the prizes for the Scrolls Topper competition. If you are on the WhatsApp platform, you know about the Scrolls Top-Up competition. We want to help each other. We want to help you gain visibility. We also want to have good quality content for our platforms. So if you don't know about that, you can ask Elizabeth after now. Elizabeth, please put the WhatsApp chat in WhatsApp URL in the chat. So in case somebody is not there, they can go there and check it out. So fundamentally, you want to apply, you want to tell us what you want to do, and then by next month, we'll have the first one on the, take note of the date because it's changing, on the 15th. Is it 15th? It's 15th. The reason why it's 15th is that I have to travel on February 7th. But I have to travel. That's one of the updates. I have to travel and I won't be available to coordinate. So yeah, so I'm traveling on the 7th. So we are going to have it on the 15th, not the 9th, on the 16th, sorry, not the 9th. So I'm going to update this immediately after this meeting. I wanted to tell you guys first. I'm going to update this immediately after this meeting. It will be a meeting like this, 5 to 6:30. We're almost done. Within that meeting, somebody will win the money. And then apart from winning the money, you will learn something. You will learn how to apply. You will learn how to do a few things, which I'm going to show you right now. So there are 2 documents we expect from you when you're filling the form. So there are 2 documents I'm expecting from you. Now, I want you to recall what the philosophy around this. If you can do this for 2,000 cities, you can do it for $2,000. You can do it for $20,000, for $200,000, because it's discipline. It is really thinking through what you want to do, right? And so forth. It is following a process. It's the same thing you do if you're doing Tony Elumelu Foundation. It is the same thing you would do if you're doing even the MasterCard Foundation. There's an application process. There are questions around what you want to do. It is, excuse me. So this is the first file I expect you to fill. Now, remember where you're going to get them. Can somebody type in the chat where I got this file from? Type in the chat where I got this file from. Just to know, to make sure you're following. Where did I get this file from? Who knows where I got this file from? Okay, nobody knows. I got this file from Kenneth, igiri.com/diaspora fund, right? Please type it in the chat so that I know that you have it. You are sure we are together. KennethIgiri.com/diaspora fund. So at the bottom here, you download 2 files, 2 templates, right? Now I want to say that if you know somebody who can benefit from this, ask them to join now so that they can participate in the next 2 or 3 cycles. We're testing this for this year and we can expand on it, fund if it works. Thank you, Elizabeth. KennethIgiri.com/diaspora fund. You download both of them. Now this is what it looks like. The first thing that we expect is that you are able to do the pitch we talked about, and that's why it's important to practice. The concept of a pitch is being used in almost every funding program. The concept is quickly tell us what this is about. Now you start with, this is how we propose that you do it. Story, problem, solution, market, growth, team, ask. And you have to do this in about 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Are we together? 2 or 3 minutes. So you start with the background story. For example, Daisy can say, tell us something about maybe there was a health challenge and she decided that she wanted to push for healthy eating. That's what got her into granulas. So the point there is to represent to us the passion, just like I showed you my 5 whys at the beginning. Represent to us or communicate to us what is driving this thing you want to do. So that it's not just I want to make money, right? I know all of us want to make money, but you don't make money with something you're not as it's easier to make money with something you're passionate about if you have a needs. So show us why you're passionate. Then describe the problem. What problem are you trying to solve? What is your specific solution? Why is it unique? Who is going to buy this product? It's a business, not a hobby. So you must have done some research to say who is going to buy this product. How are you growing? Are you doing it already? Or how have you proven that this is doable? Maybe on your social media, you have 1,000 followers and you're sure you can sell 200 of them, right? Maybe you have done a survey and the survey gave you feedback that there is an opportunity here. So you have to do a little bit of work. Then are you doing with a team or by yourself? Who is involved? Then what should we do for you? In this case, the basic thing we should do for you is to give you the 2,000. And for us to give you the 2,000, you have to show us how you're going to spend it. That comes to the second file. You may also want to add, maybe you want to support you on social media, but there are 2 things we do for you, essentially. The money, and then we're going to give you access to 3 months of training on the 3 months of access on the strategy club, right? The tscafrica.com, tscafrica.com. Always remember that. So that's the first slide. The second slide is you give us you articulate your business model. This is the business model canvas, and you can read more about it online. It's basically a simple way to represent your business plan. Customer segment, who is going to buy your product? This is number 1. You start from the left all the way to the right. Number 2, what is the relationship you're building with them? Are you a coach to them? Are you a seller? Are you an advisor? Are you a merchant? Are you whatever? Describe how that relationship is being formed. Then how will you reach your customers? Social media, radio, TV, one-on-one, house to house, right? What is your unique selling proposition? What is the value? What are you doing different from every other person? I'm sorry, the numbering is a bit wacky, but there's a reason. Then what key activities are you going to be performing to deliver this product? What do you need? Staff, equipment, data, etc. Who are your key partners? Is it me as your coach? Is it Facebook as a social media platform? Is it LinkedIn? Is it a delivery person, etc.? Then cost structure. What are you going to be spending money on? This ties to your budget. What are the key things you'll be spending money on? Then how are you going to make money, right? Are you going to make money from direct sales, coaching, subscriptions, etc.? Outline it. So this helps you think about the business, right? You put it all down, this part of your presentation. Then finally, you tell us how you're going to use our money, right? And this will come from the Excel template, which I'm going to open right now. Any questions so far? Questions? First of all, is anybody interested in this so far? Anybody interested in this? Let me see. Yes, thank you. Anybody interested in this so far? Or am I just, my apologies, we have hit the time, but please let me know. Anybody interested in this? Nobody. Elvis is interested. Only Elvis. Money is too small. Should we increase the money? All right. I'm not getting any response yet. Interested, the train. Thank you. At least one person is interested. If one, we're happy if one person wins this time, then we take him up there. Thank you. The train, please, what's your name? The train. What's your actual name? One of the things you want to do in your team and your Zoom is update your name. It's important so that we can refer back to you this Infinix, those who are Infinix iPhone, train etc. Try to update your name. All right, so important that then let me open the Excel file. So this is what the Excel file looks like. And you'll notice that if you've done any funding application, you'll notice that we've tried, Elizabeth, we've tried to simplify it as much as possible so that you can get started, right? So we try to simplify it. So this is how it works. This is a template. This is the money we're giving you in cities. We translate it to USD to show that it's small amount. Then you want to just basically outline what Audrey is writing on my screen. You can download the file. So you want to outline, what am I going to buy? Capital expenditure. That's what CapEx means. What am I going to buy to do this? Outline how much is it going to. So you have to do some research. What if I'm going to buy a pumping machine for this business? How much does it cost? You put it there. All these things. Anywhere you see the gray shading, it's the formula. So don't change it, right? Don't change it. It's to do some calculation. Just fill in this part. Then there's the OPEX, operational expenditure. What are you going to be spending on a routine basis, right? Maybe you're making granola and you're going to be buying seeds, different seeds, or maybe you are selling credit, airtime, and you're going to be buying it, right? So there's a routine stuff you're going to be doing for the period of the year. You need to outline that, think about that and outline that. Then estimate how much you're going to be earning from all this work, right? So that we can tell whether this business will actually work. So it helps you to think about it. There's a sample here where the person says, I want to do popcorn business. You're giving me 2,000 cedis. This is a Ghanaian sample. I have 500 from elsewhere, right? I'm going to buy a popcorn machine for 750 cedis. This is not necessarily real, right? 750 cedis. I'm going to pay rent for 300 cedis. These are capital expenditure. When I put this money, I'm not going to pay it again till the end of the year. So our tenure is 1 year. This is going to cost me total of 1,050 cedis, right? $70. Then my operational costs, I'm going to buy corn seeds, 5 bags or 5 something. This will give me 200 packs of popcorn, right? I'm going to buy other ingredients. I'm going to be doing transport, logistics. I'm going to pay taxes. Just estimates. It will cost me a total of 1,190. So that means that the total, and then I estimate my revenue. If I sell popcorn at 15 cedis for 200, I'll make 3,000 cedis. That means that I will what's this? 2 events. I'm forgetting what this is, but we can forget about it. Okay, so I'm going to make 3,000 cedis. So that means I'm going to make a profit. I'm going to make get an inflow of 3,000. The cash I have at year end is the sum of what I make plus what was left over after I have spent my investment. And that's very important because sometimes you want to leave a little room so that in case something happens, you still have a little extra money to put in back to the business. Then I'm making a profit of 1,000. So you have to show us this, that this is your cash. This is how you think it will work, right? You have to think about that. And then we'll evaluate whether you have actually thought of everything. There's another sample in Naira, which is he's going to do digital marketing business. He gets 200,000 from us. He has 100,000. He has a total of 300,000. He's going to do a training for 50,000 cedis, right? And then he's going to subscribe to Canva every month for 15,000 Naira. He's going to pay for data every month. And then, sorry about this, forgive me. Let's delete arrow. Then he's going to get contracts. He's going to get 4 contracts. He's going to get 4 contracts every month at 30,000 Naira, right? So that gives him 30,000 times 40. He's going to get 1.2 million in contracts. So the reason why I put this one is to show you the way in which you can escalate your income for something that doesn't require too much hard investment. Imagine if I'm doing digital marketing all I need is really training and my skill. So my skill can really, really amplify my earnings. So that's the point of this one. So this template is available to you. Two templates. One is the presentation that has your page guidance, business model canvas, and then cash flow projection, which I expect that you will use the Excel sheet to fill. Are we together? Any questions before we close out? Any questions? Is it clear? Please tell me if it's clear. Let me stop sharing. So far, none. Grace says no questions. So that means it's clear. So that means the explanation is clear for this. Now, what I want you to do is, if there's somebody, there's a second aspect of this offer, which is the charity offer. The charity offer is 50,000 Naira or 500 cedis. So this year I decided that I want to focus my charity on the strategy club, which means there's somebody among us here who is not trying to start a business. All they do, they just need to meet a need. Somebody is in a hospital, there's an urgent school fees to pay, etc., etc., and you just need 50,000. You have to also come and tell us. If you want to tell us in the public, or you want to talk to Elizabeth, and then you want it private, that's fine. But we want to help people with that 50,000 or that 500 cedis. Now, this is charity. That means that nobody comes and says, oh, excuse me, sir, the sky fell in Calabar. In fact, only in Calabar that it fell. No. We just want to streamline it so that I can protect myself from excessive spending on charity as well. So if you have a need like that, as a community, we want to also help. But this is for business. But in both cases, you are not paying back the money, but you are accounting for the money every month when we come back. If you heard what I just said, please give me a thumbs up. You are accounting for it. If you don't account for it, we'll blacklist you. We may even go extra mile and disown you publicly. But we need to have integrity on the matter. So when you come, we want you to account for it. We don't want you to pay back, but we want you to tell us in the next month, this is how far I've come. This is what next I'm going to do. All right, so I'll stop here. Elizabeth, Elvis, did I miss anything? Uche, Chisom, Yetunde, did I miss anything from the conversations we had so far? So once again, remember the landing page, kennethigiri.com/diaspora fund. We've also put the URL for applying. We've also put other information. We'll put it in the WhatsApp group as well. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. So if you want to apply, yeah, of course, Nigeria does. When I say diaspora fund, it means the fund is coming from outside. And let me tell you also why. What we also want to do in the long term is to get other people who have money to donate to the fund so that it becomes bigger. But we have to prove that it's working, right? So this is my question. Diaspora has to do with the fact that we want to get money from outside these countries. These countries in scope now are Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. And I want you to take time to read this document. This document is about 17 pages. Just make time to read how it's going to work, right? We'll try to document it. Yeah. So it is for Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya. That's our scope for now. And we want to see how it works, and then we'll be able to talk to our friends elsewhere and say, this is how we've been able to impact people's lives over the next 1 year. We want you to donate $30, $20, and it makes a lot of sense for us. We also want to, find other ways to make sure that people are supported. So that's the answer to that. Any other question? All right, if there's no other question, any announcements, Elizabeth, or any other person? Anybody who has not introduced themselves, who wants to? Deborah, do you want to speak? Want to speak and introduce yourself? It's always good to network when you have the opportunity. You want to speak and introduce yourself? Who hasn't introduced themselves? I don't think I've heard Emmanuel's voice, or not Kelechi's voice. If you want to introduce yourself, please do. Otherwise, I'm going to ask us to, if you can turn on your video, I'm also going to take a quick picture so that we know those of us who are here. If there's any other question, please let me know. If not, if you can do if you can turn on your video, do. If you can't, that's fine. I'm just going to take a quick picture to capture those who are here. And I want to, okay, let you know, when I said I thought we were a man, but it appears you are a lady. Great to meet you, man. If you know somebody who can benefit from this, both the charity and the stuff, please invite them to the club. All right, are you ready for the photo? Just look straight at your camera, and I'm going to take it in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Thank you for the great smiles. All right, done. Oh, okay, I'll take another one because Uche just turned on his camera. 1 minute. Please, 1 minute. If you're ready, everybody get ready. Picture one. I'm saving picture one. If you need to put on your jacket, do makeup. You have 3 seconds to do makeup. So look at the camera. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. More smiles. Some smiles came after the picture, but it's fine. All right. So this will do. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So if there's no other announcements, I'll let you spend the rest of your evening, think through, go back and basically apply, invite someone to take advantage, and we keep growing by God's grace. So God bless you and have a wonderful rest of the day. If you still have any other questions, we're in the WhatsApp group. You can reach out to us and we can take it from there. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Okay, bye. Elizabeth and Elvis, please.